I used to play Mario Party a lot by myself. I know, these games weren't meant for solo sessions. I could have chosen Zelda or Metroid or any other single player game, but for some reason, I found myself coming back to play another board. It was oddly comforting, watching all the shenanigans go down, memorizing each minigame until I mastered them, and enjoying the party for one. I didn't care that I was playing a multiplayer game on my own because I just loved the experience. Such stimulating gameplay for someone as scatterbrained as me. Nowadays, Mario Party has transformed into a fully social experience for me, and it's kinda bittersweet. I'm finally able to enjoy this party game with actual friends I've grown close to, sharing that true communal experience of betrayal and pettiness. I now see how a Mario Party game can feel like a whole journey with the people I play with, but naturally, as I play more games with friends with a lot less free time as an adult, I find myself enjoying less and less Mario Party alone with each new release. I don't feel as close to these games that I would usually plow through, as if they were 100-hour adventures. Now it feels like I can only bust them out when other people are around, which is the whole point. But nevertheless, it's a stark difference from where I started, and I want to share how my upbringing of Mario Party forever changed my view of multiplayer games today. Like any good relative, my cousin introduced me to Mario Party at a very young age, one of my first experiences playing a straight-up video game. Unlike the other overwhelming games like Mario Kart and Smash, this was much easier to understand. I rolled the dice, played some simple games, and then watched whatever happened, cause with a little luck, even I could stand a chance in the chaos. So when my cousin stopped bringing his GameCube over, Mario Party was unsurprisingly what I missed the most. Luckily, I didn't have to wait too much longer because once we finally got ourselves a Wii, Mario Party 8 was right there, as it was gonna be the first Mario Party game I owned. I'm not exaggerating when I say that my sister and I devoured this game. Finally having unlimited access that was previously an occasional treat was tantalizing, so most times when it came to multiplayer Mario Party, I likely played with just my sister. We were in the same house and wanted something easy and lighthearted. 15 to 20 turns, bonus stars on, all minigames, that was the gold standard for us. And we would commit to the whole session too, when we had all the time in the world. When my sister was done playing, I continued to play Mario Party on my own. I gotta admit, this was a power trip, okay? I used to put all the CPUs on easy and give myself a huge star lead for fun. And guess who won? I did this with every Mario Party game I acquired growing up. From 4 to 6 to 8 to DS, apparently having absolutely no challenge for myself was entertaining. In doing so, I became emotionally attached to these entries, like these were sacred places for my solitude. Whenever one of these tracks pops up in a playlist, they never fail to lift my mood up. The happy chemicals, if you will. However, I never had a typical Mario Party night with the boys. It was like that one childhood benchmark that I could never seem to hit. It probably didn't help that I was extremely shy, but I knew something was missing. Playing Mario Party with people outside my family? A foreign concept to me. Whenever that did happen, it felt like such a treat. Finally getting to dunk on strangers with the minigames I knew by heart. Yes, I was a bit masochistic. I grinded through those games before I even knew it was an obsession. I memorized each board, minigame, and feature like my life depended on it. I'm starting to sense a pattern here. If you're familiar with this series, you already know the confusing era of mid-2010s Mario Party. I'm not here to bore you with another history lesson. Just know that this new direction really did a number on me. I did enjoy Mario Party 9. I even bought it brand new at Target, but for the first time, I could feel my relationship with this franchise start to sour. It just didn't feel the same. Plus, I gave it a fair shot. I did my usual thing of plowing through as much as I could. I even played it with other people on several occasions. But to be honest, it's been years since I've touched that particular entry. It's the last option I pick whenever I want to play Mario Party. So after Mario Party 9, I took a huge step back from this franchise. I stopped buying any more of these games. I no longer felt compelled to do so. Every so often, a Nintendo Direct would mention a new Mario Party with a weird gimmick, and I would just sigh in disappointment and wait for the next game to grab my attention. It was sad, remembering what used to be pure joy for me. I knew it was short-sighted to judge a game by its trailer, but I didn't know if things would turn around since it wasn't just one bad game, it was quite a few duds. Instead, I shifted my focus on other series that weren't going down the drain, which was perfect timing, cause a lot of franchises I grew up with improved their online component dramatically, and each of them taught me the value of expanding my multiplayer experience. Beginning with Pokemon X on my 3DS, I began mingling with other trainers both in school and online, actually getting those trait evolutions and battling with my suboptimal team. I felt so much more connected after feeling left out for so many years. I already dipped my toes with Mario Kart Wii and 7, but little did I know that Mario Kart 8 was gonna dominate casual Nintendo sessions for the next 10 years. And my Smash 4 obsession was the catalyst for prioritizing online more than anything else. There was no turning back after that. I realized that I couldn't just keep gaming by myself anymore. While I fully dove into these multiplayer experiences for myself, whenever my sister wanted to play something casual, Mario Party was still my first choice. But this time, things were different. I noticed that we tended to play the shorter minigame modes more often. We already deduced that 10 turns wasn't enough, but also didn't want to commit to anything more than that. Even though I was willing to play an entire board, my sister was less interested in sitting down for an hour plus and just wanted a quick session. Not that I fault her for that. We were in different times, different mindsets. We didn't have as much free time to play together as we used to. Though, to be fair, the minigame side modes did just fine. However, that's when it registered in my mind. Wait, Mario Party is a time commitment now. Growing up, my sister and I basically had 3 options for multiplayer: Pokemon, Mario Kart, and Mario Party. With time and exposure to so many more options at our disposal, I felt less reason to commit any more time to a mere party game. We've done it for so long already. Enter the Switch era, where almost every Nintendo franchise entered a renaissance of success and reinvention. Imagine this. On one glorious day during E3 2018, when I just so happened to be on a cruise ship at the time, with my crippling maritime internet, I hopelessly opened up my YouTube app, and miraculously there I saw Super Mario Party announced for the Switch. The funny thing was that all I could deduce was the title itself because none of the thumbnails would show up, and there was no way I was watching any videos. So I had to wait until I went back home to see what this new game would look like. And wow, Super Mario Party was a very nice welcome back. In hindsight, it's definitely not a fan favorite, even for me. It falls short in a lot of aspects, but just having that glimpse of a return to form was enlightening. This game served its purpose of giving me hope that Mario Party would make a full comeback one day. As of today, at the end of the Switch's life cycle, I'm happy to say that Mario Party is officially back on track. I remember so clearly when the series was a joke during the 3DS and Wii U days, but now a game like Superstars earned respect back and swiftly became the modern Mario Party to play. I saw it all over YouTube for the next few years, and thanks to becoming an adult with slightly better social skills, I've been able to enjoy the new Mario Party games with actual new people, both online and offline. Those are always a time and a half, and it made me realize that I'm not really that good at winning Mario Party when everyone tries. However, with every new entry on the Switch, I find myself playing them less and less in my own time. Not because the games are bad, not at all. They're far more appealing than the darker era of 2010's Mario Party. Suspicions started to arise when it began to fall down the priority list as the number of Switch games ballooned. I can't imagine grinding out Mario Party content by myself anymore. Now it's repetitive to dunk on CPUs over and over, when it never used to feel like that. It didn't matter if it was new or classic Mario Party, I would only reach for it when other people were around, which is the intended purpose. Wow, life just really changes before you even know it. I guess this is what adults meant when they said to cherish your free time as a kid. It's not that I don't have any free time. In this case, having too many games is an actual problem, cause I'm preventing myself from enjoying this kind of comeback. I can't believe I'm comparing Mario Party to D&D, but that's what it honestly feels like now. I don't know anything about D&D, but I know about its serious time commitment. Similarly, it can be difficult to randomly play a 20-turn game of Mario Party unless you specifically block out a chunk of time for it. At least, that's what my mind tells me until I crawl back to my chronic Splatoon ways. Maybe one day I'll learn to waste less time. Let's be clear, Mario Party is still one of my favorite franchises of all time. It matches my style perfectly, playful and chaotic. I don't like too much strategy in my games because A, I have 2 brain cells, and B, Being completely outsmarted doesn't seem like fun to me. At the same time, too many variables might as well be gambling, which is always a losing game. So it's interesting to reflect on how my relationship with this franchise evolved. I grew up with Mario Party as one of my vices in order to feel less lonely. I missed out on having real friends to play with outside of school, but many years later, now that I'm in a much healthier social environment, at least for my standards, I no longer need to fill that void. Over time, I've learned how to better connect with people through games, which is kind of an underrated skill, in my opinion. Whenever I focused on one multiplayer game for too long, I felt stuck. I grew up sheltered from Minecraft and Fortnite, games designed to hook people and communities for years. Imagine how many people I would have never connected with if I only stuck with my one multiplayer game. No matter how much I love playing it, nothing can compare to sharing that experience with someone, not through Discord or a webcam, but face to face. It's actually a good sign that it's nearly impossible for me to play a party game by myself, because that means I've done the work to open up, branch out, and share my love of games like Mario Party to the people who get me. And what's a hobby if you can't share your excitement with anyone else?